Nation's number one DJ, DJ Rockwell.
Yo, this is Apocalypse, the lyrical warner, hip-hop revelator. And you rockin' with the nation's number one DJ, DJ Rockwell, you understand me?
Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, by God's grace, by his permission only, we get to be here in the building once again. I am so honored to be with you. This is your brother, your host, DJ Rockwell, the nation's number one DJ, and you're watching the Rockwell Radio Show. I am so happy to have all of you on here. I ask all of you to do one thing before we get started today. We ask everyone to please observe the 3 standing rules of the Rockwell Radio Show. You know what they are. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that share button. And if you're watching on YouTube, the Rockwell Radio Show, that is, the YouTube channel of the Rockwell Radio Show, go ahead and hit that subscribe button today. And you know what we want you to do? Go ahead and turn on the notification button. So every time that we have a special episode, a broadcast like this, you can be in the building with us. So as y'all come in, do me a big favor. Numbers matter. Numbers matter. The reason why we do this show is because we want to have an impact. This is not a vanity program. This is not something that I just like seeing myself. I want to put the culture of the nation before the world. The goal of the Rockwell Radio Show, when we began, Big Dave and I, we wanted to take NOI hip hop and give it a broader scale, a broader platform. Our aim was to take the hip hop culture that we come from. I grew up on classic era hip hop. I come from that. I came from the B-boy era. And when I joined the nation, I was like, man, I want to still use this art form. And then I figured out that I was still allowed to do just that. Hence, the Rockwell Radio Show was born. There's so much talent available to us in the nation. They just didn't have any place to show up and broadcast and share what they offer the world. They do now, thanks to the Rockwell Radio Show. And thanks to you, for you who tune in every week. So again, we ask everybody to please go ahead and hit that like and share button. Numbers matter. Numbers matter. We are trying to kick the algorithm so they recognize that this is a show worthy of keeping on repeat and putting before the world. But that only happens with you. So I am so eager to get to this great show tonight. Some people like to celebrate Christmas, but call this our celebration in July. Call this what we look forward to with glee in our eyes, if you will. Man, excited, because every summer we get to have what's called the International Training Conference. Why is that important? What's that about? If you've never been, you're going to find out what it's about today. Before I even say another word, and I see somebody sending me something. Okay, this is blurry. All right. We're going to try to work on that. The internet is a little funny acting today. So bear with us. We got a word yesterday that the StreamYard was down. So we decided we're going to try to go ahead and do this in spite of StreamYard's performance and hope that StreamYard gives us a great show today. So we're going to try to, as they say, Ray Charles, make it do what it do. We want to say walaikum salam to this viewer in the building. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for tuning into the Rockwell Radio Show. Before we go another further, as they say down here in the South, we want y'all to watch this quick clip to give you an idea of what you're in for tonight. Watch this.
is Grandmaster Abdul Azziz, formerly known as Grandmaster Anthony Muhammad. I wanted to make sure that I invited you again and let you know so many people are logging in, they're joining. Do not get left out. We have something for you, something for your wife, something for your children. We have it, and it's all going to be in Tinley Park at the Tinley Park Convention Center this year in Chicago. We have youth. We have babies that need childcare, but we're going to provide them with childcare. And then we have the 8 to 12-year-olds. They have a conference by themselves. We have the 13 and up. And listen, vending also. If you want to have an experience and make some money, you need to go to vending on that's THEVSK Jiu-Jitsu, that's JIUJITSU.com. So come on in, we only have a limited number of spaces for you. So first come, first serve. All right, I'm just excited. I'm looking forward to seeing you. And it's not just about this, but we're gonna definitely have it. I got masters coming up from all around the country and outside of the country. We have instructors and presenters that are going to be presenting the spiritual, the physical, and the mental. So it's all here. Come on, let's get it done.
Register today at www.thevskjujitsu.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's why we're here. That's why we are here. Every summer we look forward to this great event, and every summer I look forward to having this particular set of guests on the Rockwell Radio Show. And this is the third year that I've had the honor of having this particular group to talk about this particular subject. And I cannot wait to get into it and share more about what this group has in store. So let's start introducing them and talk about this upcoming 2024 ITC. This brother has stood as the anchor, an assistant. He's been bringing up Brother Captain Aziz's rear and making sure that this event goes off without a hitch. Please welcome back my brother to the Rockwell Radio Show, my dear and yours, Brother Calvin Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, big brother.
Walaikum salam, brother. It is truly an honor to be back with you on this platform with all the great things you do. We appreciate you, my brother.
Oh, brother, the honor is mine. We want to shout out some people in the room. I see Brother Jamil in the house. Thank you, Brother Jamil. Once again, my big brother, for showing up and supporting his brother. I see Sister Lisa Muhammad in the building. This applause is for you both. I see Ace Muhammad in the house. Walaikum salam. This applause is also for you. Please share the show and hit that like button. And again, we're working with a few challenges with StreamYard today. But we're going to try to make it do what it do. Brother, we've got some youth in the building that are joining us again this year. I'm so eager to see and hear from them again, coordinating the youth once again at the International Training Conference. Let's start with the sisters. Please welcome Sister Medina Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sis. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Good to see you once again.
Good to see you too. It's an honor, a blessing to be on here and be invited back.
And also returning is her sidekick, my little brother and yours, Brother Khalik Muhammad. There he goes. I love it.
Good to be back on this platform with you, brother.
Come on. Now, we brought a new person this year, and I cannot wait to meet her and hear what she has to say. Please welcome to the Rockwell Radio Show for the first time, Sister Salia Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Welcome, sister. Welcome.
It's so great to be here. Thank you.
Honor to have you. Welcome. This is your house, young sister. And now we welcome back for the third time, brother I am honored to call brother. A brother whom every time that I am in his presence, he is the most kind and humble. Although he has the power of death in his hand, he speaks the power of life through his mouth. He is our student assistant supreme captain, who we lovingly call GM. Please welcome student captain, brother Abdul Azziz Muhammad.
Assalamualaikum. Man, it's a pleasure, and honor to be on your show again. Yes, sir.
Oh, brother, we kind of got a pattern going here, y'all. I always appreciate man, and I don't take this for granted. Any of you, your time, brother Captain, your time, because you all could be doing anything else on a Tuesday night, but you're choosing to spend it with your little brother. I appreciate it. Now, what I'd like to do, I want to make this a key focus. I want everyone to reintroduce themselves, tell their role, with the exclusion of Brother Captain. And what I'm going to do is break tonight's interview in halves. We'll start this segment with Brother Calvin and Brother Captain Aziz, Brother GM. And then we're going to come back to the youth segment. So I wanted to introduce you all first to the audience so they know that you're here. So after that, we're going to put you all back in the green room and bring you all back for round two. But first, I want to tell the world who you are. Can we please begin with our dear sister Salia Medina, and then with Brother Khalid, introducing yourself and your role.
Yes, sir. Thank you again. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Salia Muhammad. I'm 16 years old. I'm a student in the Vanguard class, and I'm from Brooklyn, New York. And I am so excited to be on this podcast and a part of this team. I help with promotion. Thank you.
Wonderful. Welcome, young sister. Welcome. Sister Medina.
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sister Medina. I'm from Chicago. I'm also in the Vanguard class. I'm one of the co-chairs for the youth division and a private soldier, and grateful to be here and able to serve in any capacity that I can.
Come on now. Welcome. Welcome back. And last but not least, that big soldier, Khalid.
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Brother Khalid Muhammad. I am from Washington, D.C., Muhammad Mosque number 4. I am currently a college student at Benedict College, and I serve as a member of the youth division, like Sister Medina, helping in any way possible that I can to improve our training.
Glad to have you once again, my brother. Glad to have you. So I'm going to place you all in the green room. So at the second half, we're going to bring you all back, and I got some more detailed questions for you. So don't go away. Thank you. Now, let me talk to my big brothers right here. Oh my goodness. I'll start now with Brother Calvin. Please introduce yourself and explain your role.
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
My name is Brother Calvin Muhammad. Of course, I serve as a student captain in Kansas City, Missouri, and I've been a student of Grandmaster Abdul Azziz Muhammad since 1996. One of my roles in the National Training Conference is to assist in marketing, promotions, analytics, and some workshop development as well, and anything else that I'm asked to do to make sure that the training goes off successfully with the incredible team that we have.
Beautiful, beautiful. And now, as if this brother needs any introduction, I'll actually start this portion with a question to our dear brother GM. As I understand it, dear brother, this year's theme is "The Writing is on the Wall." Train to improve, empower, survive. Will you please tell us why that particular theme this year?
Yes, thank you for the question, and it's really the answer is that the writing is on the wall. I mean, we've been taught and are being taught constantly about the history and where we're headed.
Yes, sir.
And we know that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is the one who has come, that is able to actually give us the understanding of the writing on the wall, because we know that in that particular aspect of scripture, the king could not decipher the writing that was on the wall.
Yes, sir.
But it took someone else, and we have that one who has been teaching us about the writing on the wall.
Yes, sir.
All of this time. So, our objective every year is to follow him, to lay out what he has stated in the best way that we can. And we give it a theme that we operate from. So we're operating from providing a knowledge that we have been given. We've been given an understanding of the writing on the wall.
Yes, sir.
And all we are to do is to follow the understanding that we have been given, So that's it. So if we do that, we can improve ourselves, we can empower ourselves, and we can survive by his grace and permission.
Thank you, dear brother GM. Ladies and gentlemen, you have it right here. You have the direction, you have the purpose, you have the mission statement of why you need to be in Chicago at the Tinsley Convention Center on July 26th through the 28th. Brother Calvin, when I look back at our previous 2 episodes, one thing that I know that you have done absolutely excellently, is do a summary of what happened the previous year. And this year won't be any different. Dear brother, would you please give us a recap of what the Believers experienced when they went to the convention last year?
Oh boy, happily, first and foremost, every year this conference seems to improve. And last year, as we have done for the previous years, we continue to break records. And we were in beautiful Chicago last year, and we had our 28th annual National Training or International Training Conference. And without a doubt, each department went off without a hitch. We had our beautiful youth division that taught subjects and had interactive workshops anywhere between dealing with social media conduct to developing finance to how to deal with interpersonal relationships. We had, of course, our officers training that had their specialized training going on last year to improve the security and the safety of our nation overall. And then we had our open training that dealt with everything from understanding what's going on psychologically,
yes, sir.
Those challenges. We had student minister Ishmael Muhammad there giving powerful information. We had an incredible panel discussion on dealing with the throes and the woes that will come to you. In addition, we had all type of training, really the type of training that prepared everyone to go into 2024 and the events that were happening. We had our active shooter workshops that were going on. We had our agricultural workshops that were going on. We had how to deal with just different traumatic situations and how to, Brother Salaritus Muhammad, who is one of our great presenters who teaches on dignitary protection, nailed home what a dignitary is and not only taught how to protect our dignitaries, but he taught how to protect your most prized dignitary, which is you and your family.
Hello. Right.
You need to have. We had some incredible workshops last year, and we're building on those workshops this year. It's one of those things where I have to say, brother, you just had to be there because I can give you a summary, but you had to experience exactly the knowledge and the wealth of information that was given last year.
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Brother Captain Calvin right there out of Kansas City saying this is something that you have to experience, not just hear about. This is DJ Rockwell, and you're tuning to the Rockwell Radio Show. We need everyone to go ahead and hit that like and share button. Hit that like and share button. We want everyone to tune in because we are on your radio. I'd like to talk about impact. Because as you know, people have the choice to go to this seminar, this symposium, this festival. People choose to come here every year because of the impact it has on them. What do you think? And I'd like to answer from both of you if it's okay. What do you think people walk away with that sticks with them the most every year?
Well, I would say what they walk away with. Well, first of all, just about every year, and for the most part, every year we've had the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan delivering a message at every one of our events, and with that in mind, there is nothing greater that they could have taken back from the conference, but his word and the word of Almighty God Allah, and that is what is key. I mean, I know that that's what it is for me. Now, in addition, is all of the different aspects that are actually going on at the same time. And I'll say this, and I meant to mention this, and that is that every year when our event is going on, the spirit is so high that everyone is going around saying Happy Savior's Day. We're in July. And everyone is saying Happy Savior's Day. So that's what I feel, what I see all the time. And we've kind of framed it Midsummer Savior's Day. But it's beautiful.
Brother Calvin.
Oh, I couldn't put it any better. I think, people like to use the term the cherry on top, but the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is way too much to be considered the cherry. He's the cake, he's the and the cherry.
Come on now.
So I'd have to say that a lot of people, if you just take that away, especially talking about last year, you've been fed tremendously. But each workshop, my brother, is kind of like, when you get into your vehicle and you wear a seatbelt, and you don't know when you're going to have an unfortunate incident where you're going to rely upon that apparatus. And so each workshop is a tool that's like that. People just never really know how impactful it is until they need it. And so that's the beautiful thing about the national training. Some people rely more on the security aspect because that's more of the life that they live, the lifestyle that they live. But you have people who've been inspired to go on and grow food on their own. You have people who've been inspired. Talking about the youth, we have youth coming through the International Training Conference that are inspired to choose professions based on the needs of the Nation of Islam. And so it's one of those things that is going to be something for everybody, and depending on your personality and depending on who you are, you're going to receive an individual impact, and that will grow as time goes on.
Thank you, big brother. I'd like to ask this question because this is now year 29. 29. And I have to be honest. I know it's not easy putting anything together for us. We are difficult people to serve. But yet you come back again and again and again with the spirit of service and helping and teaching and training our people. And for that, I personally thank you. What is the most biggest challenge of making this large scale event happen every year?
Well, I have to first give credit to the team that I have that's with me throughout this process. If it were not for them, Calvin being one of them, Medina, and all of those that are on this podcast and many more, we have over about 33 primary, but then when it comes to those staff members that are helping throughout, it's just so many. So I have to say that I could not have done this if Allah had not provided me with persons like those that are with me that stay with me, and it keeps growing and growing, and their support. So that's the biggest thing, that if it were not for them helping me, of course, notwithstanding, if it were not for Allah being with it and behind it and in front of it, then, you know, we wouldn't be able to do anything. And with Almighty God Allah's help and the support of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and I gotta, you know, shout out and shout up on my big brother, the Supreme Captain of the Nation of Islam, Brother Mustafa Farrakhan. These are the ones who have aided me and supported in a strong way, keeping this going. So, you know, that's what has helped me to make this thing happen.
Brother Calvin, what's the biggest reward of doing this every year?
Oh, wow. That is a beautiful question. You know, I have to take look at the example in front of us. Our beautiful brother, the Student Assistant Supreme Captain, who I don't know how he and his wife, through the grace of Allah, managed to do this every year and make it better. But as we take the lead of him, who was inspired by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and tuned in and listening to the Student Supreme Captain, I think the greatest reward is the opportunity to serve and to see so many people get fed, and then to see the byproduct of it. Because watching this over the years, over 29 years, this training conference has actually shaped the culture of our nation.
Beautiful.
And so seeing that happen, seeing us go from where we were in 1996 to where we are now with our security training, with people thinking about specialized programs within the Nation of Islam. And then even when we had this in Milwaukee, to seeing this training go to the Office of Violent Prevention in Milwaukee. And I did do the stats on it. Their violence rate went down the following year. Their entire department
had
an opportunity to have a part in the international training conference. So those rewards, seeing the actual change that takes place as a result of the training.
Praise be to Allah.
Praise be to Allah.
I've got about 2.5 minutes left in this first segment, and I want to point back to the theme again for a moment. We know the word, we understand the idea of improvement. We certainly understand the idea of survival, but I want to focus on that word in the middle, empower. How does this event empower? And I'd like to hear from you both, please.
Beautiful. Go ahead, Cal.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think that's an incredible question. I once heard the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan say that within our nation, he needs thinkers.
Come on.
And I believe in that statement, there was the emphasis on our ability to consciously take in information, filter it through our own good judgment or discernment, and execute based on the information that we've taken in. And so when you talk about empowerment, you're talking about someone who is, or people, or an entity that is not dependent upon just an external movement of force, but who've taken in information, who's taken in ideas, who's undergone training, and now they have given themselves to filter information and then make a critical decision and execute. They have in themselves, by Allah's permission, been given the power to execute based on the information that they've been given.
Beautiful, beautiful. Brother Jim.
Yes, sir. Well, you know, mere belief counts for naught unless put into practice. Practice represents an action that you are doing repetitiously to make yourself better. So how it empowers you when you know what you should do. Not believe only what you should do, but when you know. So these are trainings that we give that gives our people the opportunity to actually know what to do, how to handle yourself, defend yourself, prepare your houses of worship and secured them. You know, so belief is wonderful, but if you don't put it into practice, and in order to put it into practice or through practice, you're going to find out the truth about it. And that's empowerment to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned into the Rockwell Radio Show. We are up against the break. I've got my big brothers in the house. I'm talking about our student assistant supreme captain, brother Abdul Azziz, beloved GM, and I'm also talking about our big brother Calvin Muhammad. And we're coming up next to talk to and bring back those beautiful young people that will tell us more about what's going on ITC 2024. Don't go away, because we'll be right back.
What up with it, man? You already know what time it is. It's me, Young Kinda Don. I'm up in this thing.
Peace. This is Azziz, the kid Kareem, the left giving MC. Peace, everyone. This is brother Anthony K. Muhammad, also known as A-Tone, the hip-hop historian.
Peace, family. What's going on? It's brother Jabril, brother Mustafa, Lordship Productions in the building.
I am your sister, Arian Nicole. Peace, peace, peace. It's your sister, Sue X, and you're watching the Rockwell Radio Show.
You are now tuned in live to the Rockwell Radio Show.
Right now, you're listening to Rockwell Radio Show.
Rockwell Radio. If you ain't listening, man, you wasting time. You on all these other stations, you need to tap in. Rockwell Radio.
You know what it is. Watch them, watch them, watch them.
I'm here with brother Rockwell, the Rockwell Radio Show.
You ain't in the game, you in the stand. Stop playing, man. Let's go.
When last time you bought a Final Call?
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah, man. You see what I'm saying? We always want to start. I mean, this is what I'm not doing. Yeah, everybody go buy a Final Call tomorrow. Everybody who watch it. The Muslims shouldn't have no papers in their hand tomorrow. Because you know what the Muslims going to do with the money?
True.
They're going to create other Muslims.
True.
You know what the Muslims going to do? They're going to keep your neighborhood safe. They're going to show your little girl ain't nothing wrong with wearing a long dress. They're going to teach your children they're the original people on earth. So you know what that little $2 going to do. So go and spend that little $2.
True. True.
That's it.
True.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Assalamu alaikum. This is your brother Nuri Muhammad, and whenever I'm searching for a source or a platform that I can get some news that I can use, I look forward to and look at, watch and listen to the Rockwell Radio Show, and I hope you would do the same.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're back. This is DJ Rockwell, your host of the Rockwell Radio Show. We need everybody. Please don't forget, we need everyone to follow the 3 simple steps of the Rockwell Radio Show. And that means hitting that like and share button. That means tagging someone so they can join us in this conversation. And last but not least, subscribe to the Rockwell Radio Show and hit the notification button. So when we're live, you can join us live, like right now. We are live with Brother GM and Brother Calvin. And before I continue and get back, I want to do some quick shout outs to those I see in the room. Shout out to Brother Ace Muhammad. Shout out to Sister Victoria X. Shout out to my brother DJ CJ. Shout out to Brother Kareem. Shout out to Nasira. Shout out to LCN. Let me keep that applause going because there's a lot of people in the room. We want to shout out. Quite a lot of names in here that watching tonight. We thank you. We thank you. We thank you. How to build wealth. And now shout out Sister Lisa R. This applause is for you all. We thank you all for tuning in. Please help us by hitting that like and share button. Now, with no further delay, what I'd like to do is welcome back into the room our future. The reason that this beautiful event keeps going and going because it is an attraction to this group. Let's welcome the youth engine behind NTC 2024. Let's start with our sisters. Please welcome back to the Rockwell Radio Show, my young sister, Sister Medina Muhammad.
So like again.
Alaikum salam indeed. Let's welcome back the new family member to the Rockwell Radio Show, Sister Salia Muhammad. Wa alaikum salam. And to round us out, the young soldier, Brother Khalid Muhammad. Come on, brother. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Now, you've already introduced yourselves and you explained your role. Now, what I'd like to ask you individually, and I'd like each of you to answer this, is what do you personally get out of the conference every year? I'll start with Sister Medina. I'll go to Sister Salia and then close with Brother Khalid.
Yes, sir. What I personally get out of the conference every year is just a wealth of knowledge, great experience, connection with family and friends, and just a good time. I love a good reset, spiritual reset, physical reset, and the international training conference is definitely that. It gives me opportunity to train, to work out, to get right, to learn a few more techniques, but also it gives me the space to, go to workshops and learn more and get to break bread with people who have like minds as me and think the same as me. And, I get to, bond over things like that. As well as just, having fun. People say it's a mini Savior's Day. So I really just enjoyed the whole energy surrounding the conference and always have.
Let's meet and welcome the new Sister Salia. All right, and Sister, what brings you back every year? Or is this your first year?
No, sir. This would be my third year. And what brings me back is when I leave the National Training Conference, and I like to say this to people, I leave with an advance in my physical defense, in my the surety that I can defend myself physically, but not just physically. I think when I leave with a better knowledge on how to defend myself from mental threats and from spiritual threats. And as Sister Medina said, I love having a spiritual reset in the smack in the middle of the year. It's great. And again, it is like a mini Savior's Day. It's such a great experience talking to the believers from other cities and states. But again, since it is miniature, it feels so much closer. It feels like you have more one-on-one time with people that you might not see during Savior's Day. So it's overall just a great experience and a great way to spend a weekend in your summer.
Beautiful. Nephew, talk to us.
Yes, sir. What do I get out of the training every year? Definitely the fellowship aspect of it. It definitely feels like a mini Savior's Day. And just being able to be around different believers and then being around the youth. I don't think it's an area aside from the International Training Conference that provides the space for us as youth to be together constantly throughout the whole training. So I love that aspect of it. And then, of course, the security aspect of it and the martial arts and learning how to defend myself physically and also things like dignitary protection workshops that we have during the training and just learning different things, that it takes to secure not only myself, but other people around me. So that's what makes me enjoy the training every single year.
Beautiful. Let me, perhaps Calvin can answer this question. Brother Calvin, what percentage of the conference attendees would you say are probably 25 and under?
Oh, that's a good question. I was actually looking at our growth on that as well. And so we've grown as far as our percentage in regards to youth, starting off with our first national training conferences where we didn't have a youth division at all. Now, as I looked at the numbers just recently, we went from not having a youth division to within the past 3 years, we've had up to 30% of the conference with just youth. And that's an incredible milestone to accomplish.
Beautiful. I'd like to ask Brother Captain GM this next question. One thing that I enjoy about being around young people, and I wonder if this is true for you, Brother Captain, is seeing the light come on when you teach or train them something. I used to have a school teaching DJing to young people, and one of the greatest joys I used to get from teaching them is when I have the moment. What is it for you when you teach and train youth?
Well, it's the same thing. I love that when they get it, and the other part of that is that it's time. It takes time, and as long as we're ready to give time, I can see them getting it and getting it and getting it. When you get a chance to talk to Medina, I mean, when you think about where she is right now, she didn't even talk about her education and what she's doing, so with all of them. So to see them before education and then to see them now after, it's beautiful, and know that you had some part of the contribution with them. That's what's powerful for me.
Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, and once again, you're tuned into the Rockwell Radio Show. My guests tonight are the National Training Conference team, Brother GM, Brother Calvin, Brother Khalid, Sister Salia, and Sister Medina. We want to take a very, very, very quick break. I want to show you all one of these beautiful promos that Brother Calvin sent me. And if you're not motivated to attend, you will after watching this.
You need to know how to defend the greatest gift that God has given to each of us, and that is the precious gift of life. But you got to put the time in. You got to discipline your body and your mind and take the pain that you must take in order to move to the next level of physical combat. Our example must be so compelling that people want to be what we are. Because what we are is what they are. I'm under orders to take care of this. I'm under orders to treat this right, because this is the real house of God. That's right. When you eat properly, think properly, and weigh properly, you are absolutely a beautiful human being.
It's the 29th Annual International Training Conference, July 26th through the 28th. Register today at www.thevskjujitsu.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, the link is in the description of this video. Click it to get more information so you can register for NTC 2024. I'd like to, again, focus on the youth panel really quick to ask this next question. One of the things the minister just referenced was pain. Nobody likes pain per se, but young people probably ain't gonna run towards pain. What is, in your estimation, the relationship between pain and learning this discipline of martial arts? I'll ask that to be answered in the order of Medina, Salia, Khalid.
So, if I'm understanding correctly, you're asking
the relationship of pain and learning this discipline of fighting, as the minister just mentioned.
Well, to my understanding, a lot of pain that we experience, we know that struggle is ordained, and a lot of times struggle is painful, but it allows us to grow, whether it's our perspective, our physicality, or, just the way that we see things in the world. So I think that training in a discipline such as martial arts, especially in VSK, you're pushing through and pushing past the pain, understanding that it's further strengthening your mind, your body, and your spirit. And being disciplined in the midst of pain is extremely important. I think that for youth, while we probably don't run to pain, we definitely do experience a lot of it.
Come on.
And having the certain level of discipline to withstand the trials that we face or overcome the trials that we face is very important. And having something like martial arts where you can go to and not only learn and develop the type of skills that you need to help you survive, but also it's also a form of expression. Be able to release some of the things that you've been experiencing in the form of an art like martial arts is extremely, extremely, extremely important. And I think that whether you are moving yourself from a situation of pain using martial arts, or whether you are protecting yourself from pain using martial arts, or getting hurt and being in pain doing martial arts, I think that they're definitely at many points connected, and they go hand in hand.
Excellent.
That is beautiful.
Celia?
Yes, sir. So, when I'm in pain or if I'm going through a hard time, there are 3 quotes that I like to think about. 1, after difficulty comes ease. 2, that Allah God doesn't bear or put upon us what we cannot handle. And 3, that a diamond is only made amongst intense pressure. So to be able to achieve the feat of being a black belt or being a great martial artist or having the ability to physically defend yourself amongst any type of threat, that's a great feat. And great feats aren't usually accomplished without some pressure, without some trial, without some pain. So I think the relationship is the greater pain that you fear that you might experience oftentimes means the greater the reward, the more disciplined you'll be at the end, the more achieved you can be, the more skillful you can be. So I think going into it, think of the end result and know that after difficulty will come ease, that Allah will not put upon you what you cannot handle, and that you will become a diamond at the end of it.
Beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about y'all at home, but I'm blown away. I'm impressed. So if you who are in the chat room, if you're blown away and impressed as your brother is, I need y'all to put a fire emoji in the chat real quick for these beautiful young people who are showing up and showing out for the National Training Conference in 2024 in Chicago, Illinois. I'd like to return for this next question to our dear brother GM and brother Captain Calvin. Again, I want to return to the theme. The last point of it being survival. We obviously are aware of what's going on around the world. We're aware of the dangers that is happening here and the things that are happening really outside our own door. And we asked this question last year, but it really bears going over again of why it matters and why it's important for the everyday person to take a technique that they can keep in their pocket for just in case. I'll go for Brother Calvin and Brother Jim if you can expand on why that is an absolute necessity in 2024.
Man, that is a loaded question. And I'm going to be honest with you, my brother. I'm still reeling off of the 2 youth that just spoke. Okay, and just to link that with survival, if I may, survival, when you are forced to be put in a situation where you have to survive, there's a very, very important caveat that you depend upon, and that's your capacity to survive. And meaning the capacity to survive is what have you prepared yourself to do in a situation of trauma? And as I always quote Brother C.J. Steve Muhammad, in a crisis situation, the only thing you can fall back on is what you have prepared for. And so when you're talking about training and getting the techniques and getting the survival workshops that we're given, it's important to keep these, if I can refer back to Grandmaster when he was talking about the training, it's important to keep certain things in a regular rotation, an active participant in your life, because you never know. We can't put in our calendar that I'm going to have a car accident today. We can't put in our calendar that somebody's going to attempt to assault me today. The only thing that we could do is increase our capacity to execute those things so that when we need them, we can fall back on something that has already been tried and improved through training and preparation and talking about survival.
Yes, sir. Brother GM.
Yes, sir. Survival. Survival you can survive a situation not having had any training and just live through it. Those kinds of situations are not normally talked about with where you want to teach that. It'll be an example for someone not to follow. But you can survive after having had some preparation, you see, and surviving a situation after preparation. It goes back to saying that you were trained. You've had some training, some guidance, some instruction, but we survived. We've been told that we will be the victors.
Yes,
At the end of this, we're going to be the victors. Well, yes, we will. But the question for us is, are we in the preparation, or are we preparing ourselves with the information necessary? And that's why the national training is important. That's why our classes are important, because the training that we're getting are preparing us for the final battle to be a survivor, not to go through a situation and just come up and survive. Oh my God, I made it through that. I don't know how I did it, but I made it. No, I don't want to be that. I want to have the information. I want to read the writing on the wall, and I want to be, at the end of the day, get through this that's coming. It's not a question. It's when.
That's right.
And we need to be ready. So that's what I would say.
Ladies and gentlemen, what I like most about the theme is the headline. The writing is on the wall. Brothers and sisters, if you can't see what's going on out in these streets, you need a wake-up call. And I'm so glad that we have brothers and sisters like these to offer a program and service like this to give us all that same wake-up call. So I'm hoping that we all take advantage. I'd like to come back to our youth division for this next question. And as you said last year and every year, is that this event is not just for the registered Muslims of the Nation of Islam. Now, you all, I think, and when I say you, I'm referring to the youth division, serve a very powerful purpose in attracting other young people to this event every year. What would you say to those who are not registered? How would you sound an alarm in their mind to make them aware of the importance of this event and why they should attend? And I'll follow that same order with Sister Medina Salia Khalid.
Yes, sir. I would say that we have been working very hard and diligently to put on a great program for the youth division. It's youth leadership, youth planning, youth conference calls, basically all led by people my age. I'm 21 and younger. So it's not something that it's like your parents like, oh, shoot, go there. And, I'm going to go over here. You go have fun over there in that child's playroom. Like, no, it's actual youth curated with everybody in mind. And I would say, like, you don't have to be Muslim or anything to understand the current climate that we're living in. I mean, just yesterday, I'm looking at 10 tornadoes on the ground outside in Chicago. And we're in the bathroom barricaded. And I'm like, wow, the world is really about to end. And it's like, you don't have to be Muslim, Christian, or Jewish to see that. You just have to be alive with eyes and possibly a phone or a TV with the news on it.
Hello.
With that being said, it can't hurt you. Anything that has benefit, that has knowledge attached to it, like you would benefit completely from attending or being involved, even if it's just to see if this is what you are interested in. And I can guarantee that if you come, when you come, that you'll be completely interested. You'll leave with more than what you came with, and you'll leave with more people, more friends, more information, more knowledge, more wisdom, more training, just everything. And if you're interested, of course, we have our own youth division, and we're constantly recruiting. We, on our end, we actually do partner with other organizations outside of the Nation of Islam to help facilitate and bring on other presenters to our workshops. We've worked with St. Sabina. We've worked with different other organizations to help broaden the reach, because we understand that the types of workshops that we're going to be focusing on, like youth, faith, and community engagement, overcoming imposter syndrome, just to name a few,
Yes,
are
ma'am.
applicable to everyone, all
Yes, ma'am.
youth. So, yes.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, man. I'm excited just listening to them. I really am excited just hearing them. I'd like to hear again from Sister Celia.
Yes, sir. As Sister Medina said, you don't have to be Muslim to see what's going on in this world, and you don't have to be Muslims to feel the attacks of what is going on in this world. Everyone who has a brain cell at this point are feeling the results and the attacks of what's being shown in this world. And there's 2 workshops that the Youth Division is providing this year that I'm excited for. And 2 of them are overcoming imposter syndrome. That affects youth all over, no matter the religion, no matter the color, no matter the age. It affects youth all over. And that is a workshop I'm so excited to be a part of. And another one, which it feels personal to me, entitled Conscious Collaboration, Empowering Black Students on Campus. I'm an incoming student on it, going to an HBCU. I'm going to Spelman College.
Hey,
when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect for me. This is my first year going into college, and I want to know how I can make a difference when I get there. And again, that doesn't just affect Muslims. That affects all of my future classmates that I'll be seeing. They need to know how they can be empowered and how they can make a difference on campus as well.
Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, you're tuning to the Rockwell Radio Show, and my guests are tonight the beautiful team that is sponsoring and putting on for the 29th year in a row the National Training Conference taking place in Chicago, Illinois at the Tinsley Convention Center. And we're going to watch this ad one more time, and we're going to come back with one closing question for Brother GM. Again, watch this.
This is Grandmaster Abdul Azziz, formerly known as Grandmaster Anthony Muhammad. I wanted to make sure that I invited you again and let you know so many people are logging in, they're joining. Do not get left out. We have something for you, something for your wife, something for your children. We have it, and it's all going to be in Tinley Park at the Tinley Park Convention Center this year in Chicago. We have youth. We have babies that need childcare, but we're going to provide them with childcare. And then we have the 8 to 12-year-olds. They have a conference by themselves. We have the 13 and up. And listen, vending also. If you want to have an experience and make some money, you need to go to vending on that's THEVSK Jiu-Jitsu, that's JIUJITSU.com. So come on in, we only have a limited number of spaces for you. So first come, first serve. All right, I'm just excited. I'm looking forward to seeing you. And it's not just about this, but we're gonna definitely have it. I got masters coming up from all around the country and outside of the country. We have instructors and presenters that are going to be presenting the spiritual, the physical, and the mental. So it's all here. Come on, let's get it done.
Register today at www.thevskjujitsu.com.
Come on, everybody. You have to be there end of the month. It's coming up soon. And I did not want to forget, I didn't want to close out without giving young nephew Khalik the opportunity to answer that last question. Brother Khalik, forgive me, the floor is yours, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I want to bring, and I'll bring 2 quotes that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said last year in his address to the International Training Conference. One, I want to start off with saying that to those that aren't, in the Nation of Islam or Muslim or anything, or let alone experienced in martial arts, training is universal.
Say that.
It's not something that is exclusive to somebody who has already been training or somebody that's in the nation. Training is universal. You should want to protect yourself. You should want to learn how to protect your family. So it's no qualms about who can come and who can't come. We're all here under one cause, and that's to learn how to train ourselves. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said last year in his address, he said, our duty is to protect the gift, to show how much we love the giver who gave us the gift. He says, so if you're a lover of the gift of life, you want to preserve it, you want to protect it, you want to maintain it, and you can't do it without discipline.
Come on.
We get that discipline. We get that discipline through constant training of martial arts, constant training of our minds to enable us to have the power that it takes to protect ourselves and our families. He said, secondly, he said that God will give you power, but he also wants you to gain the wisdom, the knowledge that accompanies power, to give power a balance. See, in the training conference, it's important. I think a major point that I always want to add is that it's not only martial arts. It is a well-rounded balance of martial arts, of physical, spiritual training, of mental training. It's life enhancing. All of those things we put together in one. And why do we put it together in one? And in particular, in the youth division. See, in the youth division, we have physical training by certified black belts, but we also have those spiritual trainings for the youth. Why would we put it in the youth? Because we're shaping our minds as youth to be able to be the ones that are leading that next or this current generation into a new world order, if I may say.
Yes, sir.
So it's and then the Minister Farrakhan, he said lastly, he said when you get power, you don't want to walk around showing it. You know, so those that are black belts, and like Brother GM, he is a grand master. It's in his title. He's a brother that is cold, stone cold.
Come on now.
He's one of the most humble brothers that I know.
Yes.
He's not the biggest brother, but his impact is felt constantly through any room that he walks through. So I say to those that, you know, are thinking about still coming, or they're like, oh, you know, I don't know, no martial arts, any of that. Don't worry about that. This is the perfect place to be in Tinley Park, Illinois this year.
Come on now.
Put your foot forward in starting to train for yourself and your family.
Come on. Come on. My goodness. My goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Rockwell Radio Show. And I don't know if y'all are having a good time, but I certainly am. We are at the end of the show. Brother GM, before I pose the last question to you, when you hear young brothers make those kind of comments about your impact, how does that make you feel?
Makes me feel extremely, warms me up inside because, you know, we've been doing it as long as some of them are alive and longer. And they've gotten a part of it. You know, it's just knowing that the future is secure with this kind of, with these types of youth. And I'm thankful to Allah that he has blessed us to have them, you know, come our way as well. And that we have some part in that, you know.
Yes.
So, yes, sir. Thank you.
And lastly, you have said, Brother Jim, for the last 3 years, and almost every panelist has said it for the last 3 years on this show, when you all come, is that this is a mini Savior's Day. Yeah. And one of the sisters also mentioned tonight is it's a spiritual boost in the mid-year. One of you all said it. It's a mid-year spiritual boost. The question I want to ask you, big brother, is people don't tend to associate spiritual boost and fighting. What's the relationship between spirituality, being spiritually grounded, and training?
That's a wonderful question, DJ. It's a wonderful question. And the association that I'll put on it is, you know, you can have the word, you know, understand the word, but, you know, there are those who don't want to accept the word. And there are those who will fight you in your delivering the word. The question is, are you prepared to defend the word with your life? See, you see not just defend the word with the word, but defend the word with your life. And it is better to be able to defend the word with your life, having the ability to demonstrate with knowledge. You see, so it's important to not separate the word and training, because my martial arts, I teach to those students that I have. I teach to them that they should that every action, every physical action that happens, there is a spiritual connotation and a life lesson that's in that particular technique. And they need to see that as well. So, and just to end it, with a little something, I want to just say it now, and we haven't said it yet, but I want you to know that we are going to open up a virtual ability for many to join. Oh, wow.
Uh-oh. Brother Calvin, while Brother GM repairs his camera, I would like you to pick up right where he left off. Well, giving maybe just a quick closing summary of why 2024 is the year that nobody should miss.
Yes, sir. Beautiful. And if I could pick up that last statement on the announcement that he was going to make about what we're opening up. And I have to give a shout out to, we having an incredible banquet as well to celebrate the International Training Conference. So we're going to have some fun there as well. But we made the decision this year. Of course, a lot of us are going to be on the mat, but we're going to open this up virtually to everyone because we realized, as I've been looking at the numbers and the statistics, there are a lot of people, not just in the United States, but all over the world that are now tuning in to what the national training is about, that's following Grandmaster Abdul Azziz Muhammad online. And they're now wondering how they can be a part and how they can participate. So stay tuned to all of our social media platforms, because we have that information on our website now. But should travel be such a burden for you and you can't make it for whatever reason, we now have the ability to stream the national training virtually. So that's an invitation to everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Once again on the Rockwell Radio Show, the National Training Conference team right here with us. We thank you. We support you. We love you. We cannot express our gratitude enough for every year sacrificing your time and your effort, your energy, your funds that you could be spending elsewhere to give a program that benefits all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. We're at the end. We will see you all in Chicago for National Training 2024. Young people, I'm so proud of you. This is DJ Rockwell. And guess what, y'all? We are out of here. Now, if you got past all of that, you might as well keep on rocking with us. So come on, everybody, let's go. Let's go. Aha. Radio show, y'all. The Rockwell Radio Show. The Rockwell Radio Show, y'all. The Rockwell Radio Show. The Rockwell Radio Show, y'all. The Rockwell Radio Show. The Rockwell Radio Show, y'all. The Rockwell Radio Show. The Rockwell Radio Show. Let me shoot you around. Rockwell Radio Show. The Rockwell Radio Show, y'all. The Rockwell Radio Show. Subscribe now. The Rockwell Radio Show, y'all. The Rockwell Radio Show. The Rockwell Radio Show, y'all. The Rockwell Radio Show. Come on now, y'all. Yeah. It's a dope episode, man. Come on, man. Stop tripping.